It was good, YouTube. If you've been struggling with wave cuts or even natural cuts, this is the video for you. We're about to lock in on this mid, on this. It's basically a low, high taper, basically keeping the high taper low on the waver. It was a bit of a challenge, I would say so myself, but we locked in and got the job done. So the first initial thing that we're gonna do is comb the hair out and then set it on first ball guideline. We choose to set it in with our trimmers because our trimmers are not zero gapped all the way, so they'll leave a little bit of stubble, just enough so it doesn't create a harsh line. If you would like to avoid this, then go in with that first guideline using your clipper, your designated clipper, but I would say that would have to be almost close to zero gap. So we're setting it in with our trimmers, making that first guideline, making sure the shape is right and the foundation is correct so we can proceed to do, this nice blend that we desire. Now our client requested that we cut it down with a 6 guard, so that's what we did. And we're going level all the way close with the grain. And I think a 6 guard was too high, wasn't really cutting nothing. So we go in with a 5 guard with the grain, and the lever is all the way closed, y'all. So we just keep going. So with the grain and against the grain. Against the grain is how we're going to be fading, and with the grain is in the direction of the hair that the direction or pattern of the hair that it typically grows. In this client, as you can see in the back of her head, it grows in a downwards motion. So that is with the grain. So that's the way we're going to cut the hair down. Cutting the hair down against the grain versus with the grain, it'll give it two different lengths. And I think we moved down to a 4 guard, y'all. We're just testing the water, seeing what cuts the hair down. Actually, I don't think she knew what guard, what guard she was going with. So we kind of just test the water down and kind of just move down. But if you get a number 4 guard and you go against the grain versus going with the grain, you'll cut it down with two different lengths, two different lengths. It'll leave it two different lengths. Against the grain will always be a lot shorter than going with the grain. And right here we're just fading. We have a taper blade on our wall seniors. I put this on there, it doesn't come with it. But we're going with our fading down method right now. And we're just trying to remove as much of the bulk as possible so we can set in that second guideline. My second guideline is kind of another pivoting point, if you want to say. But I can't set that guideline in. The second guideline will be lever all the way open, and then we fade down from the lever all the way open to where we set that first ball guideline in with the trimmer all the way closed. But that's just a pivoting point for my fade, because when I used to fade down just all naturally like this, just like in this video, from number 4 guard to the 3 guard to the 2 guard to 1.5 to 1 to half guard, and then down to the part where it's the second guideline, which is the lever all the way closed, no guard, to the first guideline, which was the trimmer line. I used to get lost in between the lever all the way open, which is the second guideline, and the first guideline with the trimmer. And I used to get lost kind of compressing the fade at the bottom, making the illusion of a harsh line, even if I set it in with my trimmers or my clippers. So what I tend to do, I get it down to a nice level. This is number 2 guard right here. But I get it down to a nice level so I can see everything and the hair is not too lengthy at the bottom. And then I go in and I set that guideline in. And we kind of just playing with the hair on the right side of her head. It gives a different flow pattern, so we have to fade accordingly. So I might have to tilt my clippers just a little tad bit, and we're making sure we're constantly combing out the hair. And this is the 1.5 guard. This is the guard right after the 1 guard. And this is typically, after this is where I stop and I bring in that lever all the way open guideline. Now we're just fading down and fading down and fading down. This was a brand new client. I seen she was a waver, and when she came in, I was like, man, if I do not record this video, I will regret it. We have a new barber inside of the barbershop, and he talks about forgetting to take pictures or forgetting to record. Y'all, it's important. I used to do the same exact thing. But it's important so you can kind of have a you know, your old haircuts versus your new, or you can see if you need to work on anything of this sort, like of anything like that. So it's very, very important to take pictures, to always, and then you'll have endless content. Who cares if the haircut's bad or good? It really doesn't matter. You need a portfolio to be able to obtain clientele, unless your shop is bringing in clients for you, which is less than likely the majority of the time. And right here we started with our lever all the way open, creating that second guideline, and then slowly moving the lever down to all the way closed. All the way closed, it was where the cutting blade, which is the moving blade, and the steel blade are basically even. All the way open is when the steel blade is longer than the moving or cutting blade. And now that we have all of that faded in, we're going to take our 1.5 guard and then slowly move down to that guideline down there is going. That's what we want. It may seem impossible because we are using such a big guard, but we're going to compress it a little bit, and then we're going to go one. Y'all, I'm starting to not use the one guard, but lever all the way open, and then we start off with this half guard. This is the smallest guard. Some guard systems it may be a 0, but we're gonna start lever all the way open and kind of just flick down, y'all. And then I'm gonna show y'all two different techniques, especially with this hair type. I mostly only use it with this hair type and with straight hair. Is that you can fade if you're really good with shears. You can, well, thinning shears. Thinning shears allows the hair to be cut without cutting too much, versus like regular shears that y'all have used in school. But these, barber shears are a lot more sharper, so they're gonna cut like there's no forgiveness at all. So if you're not used to using shears, please get used to them. It's a big help when it comes to hair textures like this. But I can fade to a 1.5 guard and then stop right and then fade down from a 1.5, go 1 guard, half guard, level all the way open, fade down. And I can stop right there and then go back in with the shears and around that 1.5 guard at the top of it, which would typically be a 2 guard, 3 guard, 4 guard even, and just kind of just fade all of that in slowly, y'all. So that's the good part about shears. And y'all, she requested this pretty low, so we're gonna keep a lot of the bulk, and then we go in and we detailing with our lever all the way open. And then right here we're gonna keep it consistent. We're gonna keep everything symmetrical. We're gonna use the same exact system, y'all. It's important to use typically the same exact system. For the most part, just have a system down packed that y'all can use consistently, so y'all can have confidence when y'all go into these cuts. And then, like, even right here, we're not even going to use the same technique that's on the back. It's the same technique, but we're going to use shears at the top of this blend, y'all, because she wants to keep this high. Basically she wants to keep a high taper low. It may sound crazy, but you can't do, in my opinion, you can't do a low taper or a mid taper without adding a C cup. So when clients typically come in and say something like that, say I want a low taper but with no C cup, it's kind of a strange thing for the client to say. It's kind of like they kind of been going to a barber that doesn't know what they're talking about. If you really want to be honest, if I really want to be honest with you, but all of that means is just fade, keep the taper low, and what I do is I just fade in with my shears, and we're just gonna fade all of that bulk in. And right now we're just detailing as best as we possibly can, because there is no forgiveness with this hair texture. Once you cut it, it is gone. So you really got to pay attention, close attention, and follow through with your steps and have confidence, y'all. Confidence is everything. And we're using a brush. We're talking to her. We're that's a big part, man. Especially if you want a 5-star review from your clients. I do five. I tell my clients every single time, leave a review, leave a review. I don't typically say 5 star or whatever. Obviously, I wouldn't say nothing but a 5 star, but you know, I typically tell every client to leave, a review. And talking is a big part, man. You can be an amazing barber, but if the conversation not there, or if you're not making a client feel at home, or you don't have an atmosphere where the client can, feel comfortable in, then that can literally make it a 2 star haircut, 3 star haircut. It happens all the time. And right now we're just using our comb, and we're just using our thinning shears, and we kind of just lightly playing with it, y'all. Just going in and just waiting till that line disappears. Obviously, I will go back in and detail it. What y'all see will never be the right now will never be the finished product. But we're just slowly. You just want to take your time with these thinning shears, because with this hair, it cuts, but thinning shears, thank God, it doesn't. It does not cut a lot of hair, y'all. And we're just gonna keep notching at it, keep going until until we're comfortable with this line. And then once we was oh my goodness, comfortable with that line, we just went ahead and went all the way open with our lever and just detail. It'll be more likely if I would have it would have been a lot more easier if I would have took my Andes Masters with the lever all the way open, because the Andes Masters lever all the way open is very, very good for detailing. And we're taking a cotton swab and wiping down all of the designated areas that we will be lining up. The alcohol on this cotton swab, y'all, it will leave the skin pretty dry, and that's how we get our all natural and crisp lines, especially and on top of that, we're going to be using cold air. And then we got some holding spray, which is in a very, very cold bottle. And then we go back in and we blow dry it on cold air again. But with the hairs like this and straight hair, while I'm blow drying it, I want to comb it continuously, because I don't want the hairs to stick together. I get kind of annoyed whenever the hair sticks together. So while I'm drying the hair, it might move, but I'm still all I need is it to stiffen up. If that makes any sense. All I need is it to stiffen up, and then once it's done drying, I can comb it back down, and it can lay properly or be stiff enough so when I line up the client's hair, it will not move. And right here, we're brushing, and we're slowly just going around the ear. And when you go around the ear, you want to tilt your clippers to the side just so you can get that nice little curvature around the ear. And y'all, some clients you will have to take that ear part up just a little bit more. Some clients, it may seem like you're taking the ear line up a little bit more, but that's just their natural line and how it's supposed to go. Now we start in the middle. This client had a full lineup, but she had more so of a rounder shape line. But we're not gonna make a rounded shape line. We're just gonna make it straight. And it's because the reason why is because she just has a natural rounded shape, and she has so much new growth. She has so much new growth with her waves. You kind of get to play with it, notch at it, take it back to where it can be extremely straight. We didn't take it back too much at all. This is a professional lineup. And y'all, look at the vertical bar. She really has no room for vertical bars, I would say. So we had to do our best. Yeah, we had to do our best. And right here, this is the bread and butter to all natural cuts. If you're not good with razors, man, razor work is important, especially when you're doing all natural cuts. And with all natural cuts, y'all, I typically find more professional, more older clients, more people that got their lives put together. And that's our clients come on time when they pay a higher premium price, and usually those that pay higher premium prices are the people that like natural cuts, are the people that like the OG cuts, or the people that older, because the OGs used to cut with no enhancements because no enhancements was even out. So if you want to step your game up, you might want to find clients like that. If you want to make more money in a year, you might want to start finding clients like that. And look how clean this cut came out, y'all. And we got a lot of videos in the vault for y'all. But look, hopefully y'all like the video. Maybe if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. But it's HYB. If you're not handling business, what you doing?
Benny, please don't do anything crazy.